aware. Please comment if you struggle getting to sleep, or if you found an actual solution already, because I know a lot of you are using your oils to sleep as well. Let me know what you do, because it might help others if you comment. I don't have all the answers, but these are some of them, I hope. So first thing really is about routine. So the reason most people find it difficult to get to sleep is because they find it hard to relax and unwind for sleep. So what is your before bed routine, and are you doing things which help or hinder your sleep? So I'm going to go through some of these hindrances, and they are by no means me being preachy because I do most of these myself. But if you are struggling to sleep, and that's having a knock-on effect and consequences in your day-to-day life, and there's certain things which may be hindering that, it's worth just having a look at that and seeing what can be done. So caffeine is a big one. So in the afternoon, if you are drinking caffeinated drinks, either that's tea or coffee, this can cause you to be too wired when you want to relax. You may feel like you build up a tolerance to caffeine. I know a lot of people who say that, but that doesn't mean that the caffeine still is that doesn't mean that the caffeine isn't still in your body. So it's still gonna leave you feeling wired but tired. So it's worth seeing if taking out that afternoon drink actually helps you go to sleep. And it's about weighing up what you want to do, isn't it? Weighing up whether you'd rather have that afternoon coffee or tea, or would you rather be asleep early? Sometimes it doesn't make a difference, but if you are doing that and struggling to sleep, then do have a look at that. Alcohol as well. So alcohol for me would just knock me out straight to sleep. It probably does for a lot of people. It does help you actually fall asleep faster, but it actually contributes to poor quality sleep later on. So if this has become like a habit for you, long term, you're going to feel more tired. So alcohol blocks REM sleep, which is rapid eye movement, which is a stage of sleep which is actually considered to be one of the most restorative stages of sleep. So if you're missing out on that, then you aren't going to feel rested. And often when I used to drink alcohol, when I was younger, I made all or nothing. I used to find that it would knock me out for straight away, and I would sleep, and I'd often sleep longer, but I'd feel way more tired, and it wasn't just like hangover. So even if you are still getting 8 hours sleep, but you're feeling really tired still, it's probably because you're not going into that rapid eye movement stage of sleep. So that's worth considering. And it's worth trying, isn't it? To see, well, I won't have a glass of wine on a Saturday night or whenever it is, and I will see if that makes a difference. The next one is my issue, scrolling. I'll just sit in bed and I'm just like, oh, look, another random cat video. Oh, look at this funny meme. And it's ridiculous, really. But it's a big downfall for a lot of people. So if you want to try to avoid phones or screens 1 to 2 hours before bed preferably, then you are going to feel much more ready for sleep when you go to bed. The blue light that they emit actually blocks your brain's melatonin production, which is your relaxation hormone. Harvard did a good study about this actually online. And yeah, so if you're blocking that melatonin production, you're blocking that relaxation hormone, and then scrolling, put it down, trying to sleep, can't sleep. I do it nearly every night and I'm still like, oh, I can't sleep. But yeah, it's my fault. But you could use an orange filter. Most devices have an orange filter. I don't think I've got one on mine actually. I should find one. But that can be quite a common thing that people do. Overthinking is another. So racing thoughts, anxious feelings, remembering that embarrassing thing you did or said 10 years ago, and creating like mental to-do lists. I do that quite often. So that can lead many people to not being able to rest easily or sleep easily. So when you might find actually that when you go to bed, that's when your mind is the most active, because you're not doing anything else, and then your mind's like, oh, starts turning its cogs. So what I find helpful for this is to keep like a notepad by the side of the bed and just jot anything down that comes to your mind. So if you think, oh, I better not forget that, so I just sit there, oh, I better not forget that, I've got to do that tomorrow, I've got to do that tomorrow. If I write it down, it's there on my bedside table. When I wake up in the morning, I know that I won't forget them because I've written it down. And going to sleep too late, another one of my issues. These are all my issues. If you have any others, let me know, because these are just things that I had thought of. So do you find you miss a window of opportunity for sleep? Like get a second burst of energy? So you're most likely to fall asleep easily before 11 p.m. And the reason for that is that our adrenal glands, which control our stress hormones, send out another wave of cortisol at approximately 11 p.m. at night. And cortisol is actually like a stress hormone, but if you're already asleep, it's just doing what it needs to be doing. It doesn't mean you're stressed while you're asleep, but it's excreting that, but it doesn't matter to you because you're already asleep. If you're awake, that can actually make you feel a bit more energized. So if you want to get to sleep for 11 p.m, perhaps set a reminder on your phone at 10, start using your oils to wind down, and yeah, just try to get to sleep before 11. Otherwise you'll be like me and just become 11, by about half 11 I'm like, oh, what can I do, And you will also find that actually if you get to sleep before midnight, you will wake up feeling way more refreshed, because the quality of our sleep, if we actually fall asleep before midnight, is far better than after that time. So quite often I'm awake past midnight. I'm quite like a night owl, so I do feel for my night owls out there, and then I prefer to sleep in the morning. Luckily I have a daughter who does let me do that. She likes to sleep in the morning as well, but it depends what suits your routine, doesn't it? So those are some things that can hinder you. As I said, if there's any others that you have or can think of, do let me know. Let's go see. So I'm coughing all the time. So now I've told you all the things that can stop you sleeping, what can help. So meditation, I love the Calm app. This is a really nice app which has some guided meditations on, as well as really beautiful sounds. So I quite often fall asleep to the sound of a campfire. I really like the campfire sound. I find that really soothing. You might find the ocean really soothing, or like a melody playing on a piano. There's some really nice ones on there. Massage as well. So with the oils, of course, choosing your favorite sleep oil to be massaged with. If you've got someone to do it for you, great. And if not, then give yourself a massage. You can easily reach our shoulders and our neck, get rid of all that tension. Give yourself a foot massage and a head massage too. Put some lavender on your hands and just give yourself like a little head massage. I find that really relaxing. And diffusing your oils as well. So I put that on without thinking now at night. It's just automatic and it's just part of my evening routine. Please comment and let me know what oils you diffuse at night and if that's part of your routine as well. And then keeping cool. So our body finds it so much easier to rest in a cool room rather than a warm room. So between 16 and 18 degrees is ideal. If it's too hot in your house, you can open the window, you can have a fan on. Sometimes that's still too hot, especially peak of summer. If we have peak of summer, God knows if we will. We didn't last year. Really, I don't remember feeling hot at all last year. Or if your room is too hot still after doing all those things, cool your body down by going outside before you go to bed. Having a walk outside barefoot in the grass will just bring your body temperature down, ready to help you go to sleep. So let's see which oils can help us, shall we? And all these oils can be used on your children too. I'm not specifying whether it's adults or children. They can be used for both. So the Serenity blend is the obvious one, isn't it? The ultimate sleep oil. So I like to have a bath with Serenity, mix it with fractionated coconut oil beforehand, and I love putting magnesium flakes or Epsom salts in the bath as well. and that's really relaxing. And you can diffuse Serenity as well, just a couple of drops in a diffuser mixed with frankincense I like, or balance is really nice as well. Serenity massaged into your temples, I find that very incredibly soothing. Pulse points, just slap it on you, basically. Get Serenity on you as much as you can. You can use it in your favorite lotion and have a moisturize before bed. Serenity is probably known most commonly for as being the best sleep oil. And then we have the Serenity soft gels as well. So you cannot take the Serenity blend internally, but they have changed the composition of it a bit, and the oils in there a bit, to make sure that that you can take a Serenity soft gel, and 2 soft gels about 30 minutes before bed can really help you rest and go to sleep. I know I have a few customers on this actually. When I was doing my networking, business networking, it's quite a male dominated thing. A lot of men struggling with sleep. Oh, smell the Serenity oil, and they're like, don't really want to be smelling like that, because obviously they're so offended by the smell of flowers. So I always recommended the gels, and I have a lot of men who actually still regularly buy the gels from me and take those before bed. So they are really good. Then we have the Peace blend. Now, Peace is a really reassuring blend. It's very calming and very grounding. So I like this for Seren. I use this quite often with her actually. She has her own roller of it. So it's very good for those overwhelming and fearful feelings. So if your child is anxious about going to sleep by themselves, maybe they want a nightlight, maybe they just feel insecure, then this is a really good blend to use. Up and down the spine and with the roller on the bottoms of their feet. I let Seren do it herself because she's just like that. She wants to draw hearts on her feet. So you can just make it part of a easy part of a routine there, just by letting them use their oils. And for me, I like to often put 1 drop in my hand and inhale that before bed. I find that really calming. So the oils in this, which are a bit different to Serenity, is it's very vetiver heavy based. Serenity has vetiver in it, but it's quite lavendery. It's still very flowery. Peace is very woody. It's got vetiver, it has got lavender in it still, ylang ylang, frankincense and clary sage. But the vetiver is very, very evident. So very woody smell, very earthy. So if you prefer more florals, Serenity would be best for you. But if you really like that woody smell, then Peace is a really good option. Again, the same uses really. Massage it into the bottoms of your feet, put it on your pulse points, diffuse it while you're doing your meditation before you go to bed. So you're all using it exactly the same way. Use this in the bath as well, but that is a really nice blend to add to your routine. And each oil is going to suit each person differently. All our chemistry is different, all the oils chemistries are different. So you'll find an oil that you smell and you'll be like, yeah, this is the one for me, this is the one that's really helping me. So we have that with oils which lift our mood, and we can notice that really easily and very quickly. But with the sleep oils, it's a bit more of an experimentation. And don't give up as well. If you are using an oil and you think, oh, I don't know if it's doing its thing, it's not helping with my sleep, or sometimes it is, or sometimes it isn't, just keep persevering, because we won't see long-term effects if we only use it sporadically. Just stick with something for at least a good couple of weeks to see if it's made a difference. So things which can interrupt your sleep. So nightmares, quite a common one for little ones, perhaps, night terrors. Now juniper berry, for some reason the chemistry of juniper berry is fantastic for nightmares. I know emotionally it's called the oil of the night, and it's very good at soothing those things that we sort of keep buried and that may come out in our dream state. But to know that at a physical level, I know all the things that juniper berry is good for, but for nightmares as well. Yeah, I found it really astounding when I actually was hearing testimonials about this. This is why I now recommend it if someone says to me my child has nightmares, because of the amount of people that have said it worked. I had a lady, she's in my group, she won't mind me saying her name, Helen. Her niece was having night terrors and I recommended this, and she messaged me saying, I can't, really glad we've got it. I wish I got it sooner for her because it's really helping. So really go for juniper berry, especially if your little ones are having night terrors. Hot flushes as well. So if you are having waking up in the night with sweats and hot flushes and feeling irritable, it's quite often because of hormonal reasons. So I find Clary Calm really good for this. All the oils in there are very good for rest and relaxation as well. So having Clary Calm on your temples and across your forehead, back of the neck, on your wrists as well, very cooling and good for hot flushes because it helps balance those hormones which are causing them. Snoring, so this could be yourself, maybe you wake yourself up snoring, or it could be a partner or a little snoring, snuffling child like I have next to me. Air blend's great. So you can put a drop on the pillow, you can put it on the chest, the back, or in the diffuser. Just getting that on and around the snorer will be really helpful. Just opens up all the airways, helps them, helps get rid of any congestion which may be causing it, and just very clearing. So I love Air Blend for that. And oils like eucalyptus as well, really helpful. Needing the toilet, this is quite a common one. This is quite a common one, getting up in the night multiple times to go to the toilet. Another one of my customers in this group, I won't say her name, this is a bit more personal, was saying the same thing, that she's getting up a lot in the night to go to the toilet. So we had a look in my books, we found cypress oil, was really good for this, and applying it topically over the bladder area, and she's getting up considerably less. So that was really interesting to hear that, because we were both surprised. So I love recommending oils that I've actually seen and heard and have testimonials for. And when we were looking as well in the other groups, there's lots of doTERRA groups out there, which a lot of you will be in, that I've invited you to. If you just type in the search bar things like this, you can see a lot of people having really good results with things, and this is one of them. Digestive issues, so if you perhaps overindulge that evening, or you just suffer badly at night with reflux or anything like that, having some Zengest in your water before you go to bed as a precautionary measure. So if you know this happens 3 or 4 times a week, this is going to keep you up or wake you up, then just have that in your water before you go to sleep. Do all the other things as well. You still want to be using your other oils, but just use that as well as something which you know is likely to happen, and keep it on your bedside table with some water so that you can take it in the night again if you need to. So don't forget to use the oils in the night if you wake up, so you don't just lie there getting agitated and annoyed. Keep your oils on your bedside table and just pop some behind your ears and on your wrists. But do mind which oils you're picking up. The amount of customers I've had have said, well, I thought I was putting Serenity on my wrist and I put Deep Blue on, or whatever it may be. So just make sure that what's there is what you want to be using. So other oils which are really good. So cedarwood, I love cedarwood oil. It's one of our cheaper oils. I think it's only about £12 a bottle. It's amazing. It does so many things. It's great for the skin, but it's really good for sleep. So cedarwood oil is shown in research to induce the release of serotonin, which is then converted into melatonin in the brain, which is our relaxation hormone. So melatonin induces a night of calm and restorative sleep. So cedarwood is a really amazing oil to be using before bed to help you unwind and relax. And it's one of the reasons why it's in Serenity Blend. Carbaiba as well. Carbaiba oil under the tongue calms your mind, helps you just drift off easily to sleep, and this method can really help you stay asleep as well. I have a few customers who use this that way. And frankincense as well under the tongue. Complete zen almost when you use these oils that way, because it's just getting into the bloodstream and into your body very quickly. So I like to use those two under the tongue. Wild orange, really nice when paired with other calming oils, and the children love this as well. Wild orange can be a stimulant or a sedative oil, but I find children really like wild orange mixed with other things because it's a recognizable smell. They probably don't recognize the smell of vetiver or frankincense, but when they have something familiar in there, like wild orange, that familiarity is comforting. Petitgrain, another really good oil, which has extremely similar chemistry to lavender, though it smells very different. Lavender is obviously very florally smelling, and petitgrain is quite citrusy. Yeah, it's a very different smell to lavender, but the chemistry is very similar. Frankincense, I just add it to everything because it's just so calming. Siberian fir. So this is a tree oil, sorry. Really lovely, so relaxing, just smelling those pine trees. And Douglas fir as well would be another good one, but they are very calming to add, and there's lots of different diffuser blends which have Siberian fir in them for going to sleep. And then clary sage, this is if you are struggling with hormones and the effects of having going through different stages of hormones. Clary sage just helps balance those. It's a really good calmer as well, and it's good for anxious feelings. And then you have balance. A lot of you know balance blend. Balance and serenity together, probably one of the nicest smells other than balance and wild orange. I love that together as well. Yeah, having balance in with those as well is a really another great oil. So experiment and find your perfect combo, because it could be a complete mix of anything. I know people who use tangerine for sleep. There's so many different ones that you can experiment with, but make sure that you give each one a good trial as such. So vetiver for some people can be, it's what I call like a knockout oil, and for some people that takes them to a new stage of sleep where they are in a really deep sleep, which is good, but then they're having that in that dream state, which sometimes that dream state can turn, depending on the person, can be where we have nightmares or night terrors. So if you are using vetiver and you have found that, add juniper berry to it. Vetiver, juniper berry and wild orange is a really good blend to use together, because vetiver will take you into that next level of sleep. It is really powerful for that. So I think that's all my oils. So these are some diffuser blends. Just found these online. I shared them a while ago in the group actually, but I didn't make up the names, but they sound good. So serene, peace, frankincense, Siberian fir. Yeah, so Siberian fir makes quite a it's used quite a lot in here. There's another couple of blends as well with Siberian fir, but you get the gist. You know, this isn't a follow this blend exactly this way. Go with your instinct, what you like the smell of, mix a few together, see what you like. If you have a partner who snores, putting air in any blend is just going to be something you're going to want to do. If you suffer with anxious feelings and you really want to ease those, frankincense is going to be an oil which is reoccurring for you. So yeah, sweet dreams, really nice one for children as well. Lavender, orange and juniper berry. I really like those three together. So yeah, screenshot this. This is why I've done the slideshow, so that you can screenshot anything. I just ask that you don't use it outside of the group and post it everywhere, because this is my own work. And then Calm and Harmony kit. Now this is a really good set of oils, which includes balance, cedarwood, lavender, petitgrain, peace, serenity, wild orange, and the Serenity soft gels. So that's a really good mix there. The peace is in a rollable, so that's not something that you can use in the diffuser, but I love the peace rollable to go up and down, across the back of my neck, up and down Seren's spine. Really convenient way of using it. But that set there, the value of it, even with your, if you have a customer account, even with a discount, is 159. The retail price of that would be 25% more. But the price that you pay is actually £135.50. Now, for my customers, this is an LRP kit. If you don't know what LRP kit is, it's our loyalty rewards program. And it's a special LRP buy. Now, if you're not on LRP or you don't have a customer account but you still want this set, just send me a message and we can work it out, because there's always a way to get oils that I can help you with. But yeah, that's a really good set. Thank you. That's it. Any questions?